Well, you wouldn't know it from the weather out there. But the crypto market is hotter than ever with Trump back in the White House. Bitcoin hitting record highs as we get closer to his second inauguration. We've got articles from AP and Reuters covering this crypto frenzy. And there's even a PDF titled Trump's Inauguration in the Crypto Circus that really captures the mood. But the thing that's got me scratching my head is Trump's complete 180 on Bitcoin. I mean, this is the guy who once called it a scam, and now he's practically the poster child for crypto.
Yeah, talk about a dramatic shift. The AP article connects this Bitcoin surge, which, by the way, pushed it past $109,000 today, to Trump's pro-crypto campaign promises. He's even floating the idea of a strategic Bitcoin reserve for the U.S. Treasury. Can you imagine? The U.S. government holding billions in Bitcoin? What do you think that would do for its legitimacy?
It'll be a game changer, wouldn't it? This PDF, Trump's Inauguration and the Crypto Circus, makes a good point. It argues that a move like that could really normalize Bitcoin on a global scale.
Absolutely. It could even stabilize the market, potentially smoothing out some of that notorious volatility Bitcoin's known for. Plus, it sends a strong signal to other countries. Who knows, maybe they'll follow suit and we'll see a wave of Bitcoin adoption.
And then there's the Trump family's own crypto venture. Reuters and Mint both have articles about the launch of Trump and Melania. Meme coins on the Solana blockchain, no less.
Meme coins from a former president. This is uncharted territory. And get this, Trump's price already shot up 73%. It's sitting at $46.06 with a market cap of $9.2 billion. That puts it right up there with Dogecoin in terms of popularity. But what's particularly interesting is that they chose the Solana blockchain, known for its speed and scalability. Maybe they're trying to attract developers and users who want a more efficient platform for meme coins.
It's a wild story, like something out of a movie. And the Mint article points out that these coins are already available on Robinhood. Talk about accessibility. This could open the floodgates for a whole new wave of investors getting into meme coins, for better or worse.
That's the thing about meme coins. They're driven by internet trends and pure speculation. So while they can offer those eye-popping gains, they also carry a huge amount of risk, even more so than established cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin or Ethereum.
It's a high-stakes game for sure, and the Trump family jumping in is causing ripples throughout the entire crypto market. The AP article mentioned a crypto ball event, completely sold out, celebrating Trump as the crypto president.
It definitely shows how much excitement there is around Trump's return and his embrace of crypto. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. This enthusiasm might fizzle out. The long-term impact of all this, both the good and the bad, remains to be seen.
So let's talk concrete actions. What are some things Trump could actually do in terms of crypto policy?
Well, during his campaign, he promised to create a crypto advisory council and appoint David Sachs, the tech and venture capital guy, as the crypto czar. This council could have a lot of sway in shaping crypto regulations.
So with David Sachs at the helm, someone with a strong background in both tech and venture capital, we could see a more hands-on approach to encouraging innovation in the crypto space, right?
Absolutely. The AP article also contrasts this with the Biden administration, which a lot of people in the crypto community saw as hostile. Trump, on the other hand, especially with his SEC pick, Paul Atkins, well, let's just say he's expected to be much more welcoming to the industry.
It'll be interesting to see how this change in tone from the top affects the growth of the crypto market in the U.S.
Definitely. And then there's the whole Ross Ulbricht situation. Trump promised to commute his sentence, remember. Ulbricht was convicted for his role in the Silk Road marketplace, which facilitated transactions using, you guessed it, Bitcoin.
That case has been a major point of contention within the crypto community. A lot of people see the government's prosecution of Ulbricht as a huge overreach.
Commuting his sentence would be a really symbolic move, a clear signal about Trump's stance on crypto and its association with illicit activities. It would be a defining moment for his administration's approach to crypto regulation.
So, to recap, we have a president who's seemingly all in on crypto, a family launching their own meme coins, and a potential regulatory shakeup on the horizon. It's a lot to wrap our heads around.
It is. And we haven't even touched on the potential impact of Trump's policies on the broader crypto landscape, but I think we need to save that for our next segment.
You're right. It's clear that this crypto circus, to borrow the PDS phrase, is only just beginning. Let's unpack those policy implications and the sustainability of this crypto surge after a quick...
Actually, you know what? Let's just keep the momentum going. We've got a lot to cover. Okay, so we've talked about Trump being back and crypto going a little crazy.
Yeah, between Bitcoin going through the roof and the Trumps launching their own meme coins, it's been pretty wild.
Let's switch gears a little. What do you think about the impact of Trump's policies on the crypto world as a whole?
Okay, yeah, let's get into that.
Yeah.
What could he do that would really shake things up?
Well, we touched on it earlier, but that campaign promise to create a crypto advisory council is a big win. That council could have a lot of power when it comes to shaping regulations.
Yeah. And if there's one thing we know about Trump, it's that he likes to surround himself with people who agree with him. So that council could have a huge impact on how crypto develops in the U.S.
Exactly. And don't forget about David Sachs potentially being the crypto czar. With his background in tech and venture capital, we might see a more active approach from the government, like actually encouraging innovation in the crypto space.
It's a big change from the Biden administration. A lot of people in the crypto community felt like they were being held back.
Yeah, even just a change in tone from the top could make a difference. It might attract more investment, maybe encourage new crypto startups to pop up.
Okay, but let's play devil's advocate for a second. Are there any downsides, any risks that come with Trump being so enthusiastic about crypto?
Well, there are always risks. One thing that worries me is that this rush to embrace crypto might lead to weaker regulations, opening the door for scams and fraud.
And will Trump actually have the average investor's best interests at heart? Or is he just going to cater to the big players in the crypto world?
That's a good point. We'll need to watch closely and see if his policies create a level playing field, or if certain groups end up benefiting more than others.
It does feel a bit like the Wild West out there right now. Everyone's trying to get a piece of the action.
I think that's part of the appeal, isn't it? That potential for huge gains, the constant innovation, that sense that anything is possible.
That's exciting for sure. But like any gold rush, there are going to be winners and losers.
Exactly. It's so important for investors to do their homework, understand the risks, and don't get caught up in the hype.
Speaking of hype, let's go back to the Trump family's crypto tokens. What kind of impact are those having on the market?
Well, they definitely added to the frenzy. We saw trading volume increase across the board, even for Bitcoin and Ethereum.
And now that Trump is on Robinhood, that could bring a whole new crowd into the world of meme coins.
Which raises a big question. Are these tokens actually investments, or are they just a gamble?
Yeah, it seems like a lot of people are trying to figure that out. The lines are getting blurred between celebrity fandom, financial speculation, and these new digital assets.
It's a fascinating example of how pop culture and finance are colliding in the digital age.
It makes you wonder about the future of political fundraising, too. Could we see more politicians launching their own tokens, trying to tap into a new source of donations?
It's not impossible. Imagine a world where political campaigns are financed through meme coins.
It sounds like something out of that PDF, Trump's inauguration, and the crypto circus.
Exactly. But the thing is, we're living in a time where those kinds of scenarios are becoming more and more likely.
So for the average person trying to understand all this, what's the main takeaway?
I think the most important thing is to be skeptical. Don't just blindly follow the hype or take financial advice from reality TV stars.
Solid advice. What about those of us who are curious about crypto but not quite ready to jump in?
I would say start by educating yourself. There are tons of resources out there, both online and offline. Learn about blockchain technology, the different types of cryptocurrencies, and the potential risks and rewards.
Knowledge is power, right? Especially in a market as volatile as crypto.
Absolutely. And remember, investing in crypto should be part of a balanced portfolio. It's not a way to get rich quick.
So we've talked about Bitcoin's rise, the Trump's crypto tokens, and the potential impact of Trump's policies. What do you think is next in this whole crypto gold rush?
One thing to keep an eye on is the development of decentralized finance, or DeFi. It's a really fast-growing sector that's trying to create a more open and accessible financial system using blockchain technology.
They're cutting out the middleman and giving people more control over their money.
Exactly. DeFi has the potential to disrupt traditional banking and financial services, but of course it also comes with its own risks and challenges.
I imagine security and regulation will be big issues as DeFi becomes more popular.
Definitely. And then there's the Metaverse, that virtual world where people can interact and work and play using avatars. It's still early days, but it's attracting a lot of investment from companies like Meta and Microsoft.
How does crypto fit into the metaverse?
Well, a lot of people see cryptocurrencies and NFTs as essential building blocks for a decentralized metaverse, one that's owned by its users.
So you could potentially use crypto to buy virtual land, digital assets, even earn a living in the metaverse.
It sounds futuristic, but it's not as far off as you might think.
So this crypto circus is just getting started.
Oh, yeah. And it's going to be fascinating to see how it all plays out in the years to come.
I think you're right. So before we move on, I want to leave our listeners with a question to think about. What does the fact that we now have presidential meme coins tell us about our society?
That's a really good question. It definitely shows how much the lines are blurring between politics, entertainment, and finance. And it makes you think about the influence of celebrity and the power of memes in shaping our world.
There's a lot to unpack there.
Definitely. But one thing is for sure, the crypto world is a reflection of how complex and contradictory our times are.
All right, so we've spent a lot of time talking about this crypto circus around Trump's second inauguration. But one big question remains. Is this crypto surge actually sustainable? I mean, Trump's not exactly known for his consistency.
Well, predicting the future of crypto is like trying to read tea leaves. But I think we can look at a few key things. It's not just about the hype Trump's generating. We need to look at the market fundamentals too.
So you're talking about adoption rates, tech advancements, regulations, that kind of stuff.
Exactly. If those things keep moving in a positive direction, then this surge could be part of a bigger upward trend. But we can't just ignore the possibility that Trump might not actually deliver on what the crypto community is expecting.
He's definitely good at making big promises. But actually following through, that's a different story. What if the market loses faith in his ability to make the U.S. crypto-friendly? Could this bubble burst?
It's a legitimate concern. And don't forget about what's happening globally. Other countries are figuring out their own crypto regulations. Those decisions could have a big impact on the U.S. market.
So it's not just about what Trump does, it's about how the rest of the world reacts too.
You got it. Crypto's a global thing now. Its future depends on a whole bunch of factors.
Okay, so we've talked about the potential for growth and the potential for things to go south. But what about the long-term consequences of Trump's policies? What should we be paying attention to as this whole crypto saga plays out?
I think the biggest thing is that balance between fostering innovation and protecting investors. Will Trump's policies create a market that's fair and transparent for everyone, or will certain groups benefit more than others?
What about the traditional financial institutions? Are they going to adapt to this new world of crypto? Or are they going to try to fight it every step of the way?
And we can't forget about the environmental impact. Crypto mining uses a ton of energy. That's a big concern as the industry grows.
There are so many things to think about. If you're trying to understand this crazy world of crypto, where do you even start?
The most important thing is to stay informed. Don't be afraid to question things, and don't make decisions based solely on what's trendy at the moment. Do your research, understand the risks, and think carefully about your investment goals.
Good advice. And remember, the crypto world has changed them all the time. What looks like a sure thing today could be gone tomorrow.
Exactly. You got to stay curious, keep learning, and be ready to adapt. This crypto circus is just getting started. Who knows what's coming next?
It's definitely a fascinating and unpredictable ride. Well, that about wraps up our look at Trump's return and the state of the crypto world. We've covered a lot of ground today, but there's always more to explore.
Absolutely. The world of crypto never stands still. And we'll be here to guide you through it all. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next deep dive.